Magical Meetups. I'm Candace.
And I'm Nicole. This podcast is about growing and learning through discovery of all things metaphysical and supernatural.
Okay, and we're back. We're back at it again. And yes, I am charged with Starbucks. Not sponsored, but would love to be. Let me tell you.
Just saying.
Just saying. Honestly, we take Lifetime Coffee. You ain't even got to give us no money.
We don't even need you to really sponsor, but we will. If we got free coffee, can you imagine how we would never get any work done because our squirrel brains would be like, "Whoo, what about this? What about that?" Just like this.
Listen,
we're not even
all
on.
we need is a free coffee a day, and we will talk about you. I'm just saying. Starbucks. 7 Brew. We don't have a 7 Brew near our home. We only have a Starbucks, and we just got that this year.
I actually have a 7 Brew close to where I work.
Yeah, where you work.
I can bring you a coffee home every
Every
once in a
day?
while.
Every day? No, I'm getting that every day.
All right, so Starbucks.
I mean, just email us, you know? Cutie.
So, today, I'm going to be the one that keeps you on track.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, today we are talking about grounding and centering.
I probably need to be grounded
Yes,
right
you
now.
do.
And I don't mean to my room. I think I need to be energetically grounded because I am in the sky. I am sky high. Y'all remember that movie?
No.
You don't remember Sky High?
I don't think so.
He was a superhero's kid, and he didn't get his powers until late. His mom and dad were super famous, and their school was literally in the sky, and they had a flying bus that would take them to Sky High. And
nope.
oh my gosh,
Are
she's
you
never
sure?
seen Practical Magic. She's never seen Sky High. Who is this girl?
You're a friend.
I don't know if we can be friends. I don't know about it. Nah, just kidding. I guess I'll keep you.
We'll
So
have a movie night.
we're talking about grounding, and it's important.
It's very
Boom.
important.
But what is it?
So, what is grounding? The $1 million question. Grounding is a way to bring your awareness into the present. It is useful for managing anxiety and other intense feelings, such as Nicole's energy.
Too much Starbucks. It will help you manage. No, I was literally just thinking about grounding, and my feet were on Candace's chair, and I was thinking about grounding my red string, because that's what they tell you to imagine is a red string from your feet. And I imagined it grounding into the wall because my feet were up and they weren't on the ground. So
That's where you went wrong.
yeah, I should probably ground with my feet on the ground,
Yes.
not towards the wall.
So, funny story. A lot of times you'll hear like the red string.
Mm-hmm.
I've also heard it explained, especially with younger aged people practicing it. They say like relate to you as you needing to be plugged into the earth. So like just imagine you have an extension cord coming out your feet or whatever you want.
Yeah.
And plugging it into the ground.
Ooh, that's a good one. You are a Tesla.
Yes.
You are worthy, ma'am, to be, or sir, worthy to be plugged in, okay?
But my most favorite is imagining like
Roots?
Yes.
Roots? I did
Seriously,
that.
that's how I imagine going into the ground.
I literally just did that with the red string, and the red string, like, in my mind, punched through the drywall and sprouted and, like, the string unthreaded and, like, became roots.
See?
And I was fully awake, everyone, because I am not at my house sleeping. I'm at Candace's house in a tiny room. Yeah, and I've had a lot of Starbucks, a venti to be precise. So yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. I don't know why
So, well, probably because
we were talking about this.
that, and you knew that you probably subconsciously knew that you needed to ground.
But I was doing it wrong, everyone. I was doing it wrong.
But is there really a wrong way?
No.
There's not really. Like,
no. You can.
technically.
So you can do stuff so many ways. So I mean, if that's, if you're me and you want to ground while
To the
your feet
wall.
are up into the wall, I mean, the wall's connected to the ground. It's just a proxy, like
Right.
a third.
Maybe you need to just think of it going into the wall and then going down.
Yeah. Like, I went into the ground by proxy of the drywall and concrete.
So, I know we said, like, it helps with anxiety and intense feelings, but a lot of times people forget to ground, just in general, until they're so anxious or so stressed out. But if we can remember to ground throughout the day,
Yes.
before you, like, hit that wall of, oh my gosh, I'm going to scream.
Before it becomes too much.
Yes.
So, like, you don't have to ground just, like, I'm super anxious and I'm going to ground mad, like, right now. Like, you could set that intention in the morning when you wake up and put your feet on the ground. Like, from your bed, like, you swing your feet over your bed and you place it on the ground. And that can be that moment where you're like, okay, this is me grounding, I'm charging, and then as I walk and start my morning routine, I'll continue being plugged in.
Right.
Like, kind of situation. Because it's not always you got to stand still and meditate and, do
And,
45 things.
If you go outside, of course, barefoot, like, I think that's the best way.
Yes.
Personally, but it's not the only way.
Yeah.
by any means.
Some people call when you're grounding outside earthing.
Earthing.
Yeah,
yes.
which is, it's kind of different from energetically grounding because earthing,
You're actually.
you can have, like, effects, like healthy effects because your feet are on actual soil and grass and things, and you're not separated by the concrete or pavement or
Right.
your house floor. So that is more of a physical, I feel, grounding.
Right.
And then the grounding where you can do it anywhere is more of a spiritual energy grounding kind of thing. I don't know why I said center.
Because we're going to talk about centering.
Yeah.
Is probably where. So centering, since we're into it,
Yeah.
Centering is a visualization technique that helps to bring sense of calm and redirect nervous energy.
So I feel like they kind of are the same, but not.
Yeah, because, like, you're both, like, visualizing in both.
Yeah.
In a way. Like, So I agree, too. I think they're almost one and the same.
So from what we have found, they can be used, they're often used interchangeably, but grounding can be thought as getting in touch with the physical world, and centering is more mental aspect and redirecting your energy to access a sense of calm.
Yeah.
So it's more of like, okay, deep breaths.
Right.
Centering would be more of a deep breath, whereas like the deep breath, I'm pulling in and, like, visualizing pulling in that good energy and releasing that bad energy. For little kids, I always say, smell the flowers, blow out the candle. So smell the flowers, inhale, and then blow out your candles, exhale. So, like, that's an easy way for them to visualize that kind of centering option. So I feel like that's more like you're in the car and you're not, you just need to breathe because you're anxious because you're in traffic and you're going to be late and you're just needing
Right.
to calm down, that kind of centering. And then I feel grounding is like you intentionally being like, I am connected to the earth and I am, I'm going to be protected today. I'm going to feel down to earth and things like more of a
Right.
a physical, I'm connected rather than I'm calm, I'm being calm, in and out.
Right.
Yeah, in and out. And then grounding, I feel like that one's like, I am one with the earth.
Yeah,
And
that's
I did
when you'll get your, like, let's go in the lake, let's go, yeah, like, being one with,
one with Mother Nature.
yes.
I don't know why I got a British accent all of a sudden. I'm sorry.
Coffee.
It was so
is
bad.
why.
It was so bad. Oh man. So yeah, they're pretty cool though. A lot of people don't realize that they're doing them.
Right. Or they might see a movie.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, but they're not really like going through the steps of why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Or like,
And actively doing it.
right.
So sometimes you have to actively listen. So like that's kind of just like with grounding or centering, like you have to actively want to do it. You can't just, breathing is just a normal habit.
Right.
But intentionally breathing or actively breathing is in and out, and you're concentrating and calming
On your
down.
actual breath. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that feeling that you're getting, feeling of your lungs, and like that you're in your body and you're calm and things like that. So it's kind of more intense, I would say, than just like, oh yeah, I'm plugged in, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
It's all about intention.
It's all about. Everything's about intention.
Always. It doesn't matter
Manifesting,
what you're
everything.
doing. Yes.
Meditation, everything. Reiki, divination, all that stuff. Moon water,
Yeah.
spells, it's all about intention. So if you don't believe in it, and you're not even gonna try to believe in it, like you're not like, okay, let's say I want to center myself, and I don't believe that breathing's gonna help me. Well, no, it's not gonna help me because I'm gonna end up hyperventilating because I'm like, it's not gonna help me, and I'm gonna and then I'm gonna hyperventilate because it's not helping, because I think it's not gonna help. When
mind, like
could easily
someone's mind controls so much, and
Yes.
they don't even realize.
Yes, because sometimes you got to be like, okay, maybe it won't work 100%, but it's going to work enough where I can calm down.
Right.
So I have to believe that I can get to a point where I can calm down, or I believe that I can be charged in enough that I will get some extra energy from the earth today because I've been charging since I started my morning routine.
Right.
Or, I'm not going to feel like I'm aloof. Like, sometimes you feel like you're just like floating off into space. Don't know about you, but I often feel like that. And like sometimes you just need to be grounded because you don't want to be floating off into space, which I felt like I was about to do a minute ago. I'm sorry.
So
I'm so chaotic right now.
What are some ways that you can ground?
Okay, so first way, bring your focus to what's happening around you in the physical sense. Some people do the taste, touch, feel thing where it's like, name 5 things you hear.
You can
see.
It's another point down there.
It's another point.
Yeah.
Just kidding. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So it will anchor you to your environment. So, I'm like freaking out, and I go, okay, 5 things I can see: water, a Kansas City can, a black chair, a blue fan, 4 gray boxes, and a tackle box. And then I go, okay, 4 things you feel: energy, my Starbucks cup, my pants on my legs, Candace's chair moving, me moving. And then 3 things I can hear: Candace's laugh, my voice, the chair moving. And then 2 things you can smell: I smell Starbucks coffee, and I smell Candace's house. And 1 thing I can taste:
it bad?
Starbucks house. No. Everybody's house smells. Have you never done that? Like,
No,
have you
not
never?
Really.
You've never noticed that?
I've only noticed if it's something I really don't care.
No, like you have a smell of like a dryer. Like the dryer has been just running. and like that fruity kind of smell, like you used like a dryer sheet that was like not fresh linen, but like a fragrant smell.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how your house smells.
Oh, cool. Okay.
My house probably smells like kids. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. My house smells good. It smells smoky right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, because my neighbor's house, unfortunately, got burnt. So our air, where we keep our air ducts, are connected. And so some of the smell when they're working on cleaning it up and everything come over to my house.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes
That's
it's a
scary.
little bit of smell. Yeah, and I live in a duplex, so we were like connected.
Yeah,
it was very
super
nerve
scary.
wracking.
So one of my favorite ways to ground is, this shouldn't surprise you,
Crystals.
So you can focus on an object with an interesting texture. So purple agate would be a good one for you to ground
Ew.
with.
I hate purple agate.
Okay, but the point of that is
You hear how she says agate? Agate? I say agate.
it's because you have an accent.
Do I? Is
Yes.
it because I have an accent?
Yes.
Have you asked the person who named it?
No.
I know you have the accent.
I don't know the person.
I don't have an accent.
Well, we both live in Oklahoma, so I guess that we both have an accent.
But where are you from?
California.
And where am I from? Memphis, Tennessee.
So you have the accent.
No,
and I don't.
You have the accent. I actually
So-
used to have a worse accent.
But the point of that, so you're acknowledging.
I have a little bit of an accent.
Oh, okay. Is a crystal that's more than just like a flat side. If you
Mhm.
can find a crystal that has different points or different
You know,
shapes, it's better to like focus on.
you know what I think of automatically? Malachite.
Yes, that would be a very, very
So
cool one.
pretty. Like the swirls in malachite, are just amazing, and they're all like very different.
Yeah.
And there's so many of them. Also, finding the light in labradorite, just finding that
yes.
flash, is very interesting.
And it's relaxing.
oh
Like,
yeah,
I love it.
that light, that flash in there, I love those because you can find, depending on where you turn it, sometimes it's silver, sometimes it's orange, sometimes it's purple. Yeah. You can also capture your focus through temperature changes. So hold ice in your hand or put your hand in cold water. And that temperature change can kind of focus you because then you're focusing on how cold your hand is rather
Right.
than
I
how...
guess, yeah. I don't
you
necessarily know if I would try that one. but
Yeah, I
could
probably wouldn't.
see- I could see where it would work.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a lot of work to do that.
Yeah, and at that point you're just too
Yeah.
out there. It's kind of like the point where, have you ever seen Major Payne?
Yes.
Okay,
Yay, Candace
where-
Saw movie.
Candace saw one movie. Where he's like, oh, I can fix that, and then he was gonna break his finger, so he stopped
Yes.
hurting about something else. And so it's kind of like that, you're freaking out over one thing, but then you do something to distract yourself.
My mom used to tell me that. You want me to step on your other foot so your other foot stops hurting? I'm like, no.
I'd like to keep both of my
I
feet.
know.
It's fine. I'm fine. Go outside barefoot.
Yep.
Earthing.
And if you can't go outside,
Mm-hmm.
get a grounding mat. You can literally sit on it, meditate. You can. Some people, they have grounding sheets or blankets for your
Yeah.
beds.
They have a grounding mat that you can lay on your bed
Mhm.
if you can. If you can't,
Yep.
you want to do it while you're sleeping.
Especially, I think that would be a good thing for people that maybe live in apartments.
Oh,
or
yeah,
where you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
necessarily just walk out your back door. And,
Yeah.
I think that would be a good thing.
Also with the grounding mats, you could just set your feet on it while you're watching TV or
Mhm.
just hanging out in your house, or while if you're a cook, if you really
Right.
enjoy cooking, maybe while you're at the stove, you can be standing on your grounding mat
And if you have a desk job.
Oh,
you would
yeah,
have
yeah,
it
yeah.
like underneath your desk and just have your feet on it.
Yeah, because you can do it with socks on. They recommend you do it without socks because the socks are just an extra layer.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can, slide out your shoes and ground while you're sitting at your desk, or if you're a stay-at-home
Right
person,
like,
you can do your bare feet, live your best life. Go swimming in a river, lake, or ocean. I feel like that's us.
yes.
I feel so much better after I've gone swimming, but it's getting to swimming. That's the problem.
I know. And my most favorite thing is the ocean. But we live obviously in Oklahoma, so there's Grand Lake, which is lakey.
It's very lakey.
But once you actually jump in, then it becomes like, okay.
Yeah, once you jump in,
do it,
you don't worry about the dead bodies.
Oh my gosh, I know it's a problem.
It's such a problem. Bro, we got a problem. There's so many dead bodies in our lake that they find. Just in case you wanted to know.
Maybe I shouldn't go in the lake anymore.
I mean, but you've already been in there and you have a boat now, so it's kind of like...
I heard there's a huge catfish in our lake.
Oh my god, there is! And I
Like-
100% believe it.
Like, humongous.
Like the size of my minivan, y'all.
Yes.
I drive a minivan, by the way. I'm a mom. I drive a minivan.
So,
Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna get into the lore of the giant minivan-sized catfish that is in Grand Lake.
we'll even hit on Bigfoot.
Oh yes, Sasquatch,
Yes, and
Yeti, and
let's see.
aliens.
Yes, and
I got some movie recommendations for when we get to that section.
okay, good deal. And my husband and I, we've been going to haunted places. So that is our new thing. Like twice a year, we're going somewhere to ghost hunt and everything. So I want to
love
share
that.
that with you guys too. Like I think it will be fabulous.
Yes, it will be so fun because I was in a paranormal group in college. So yeah,
Which we're going to start as soon as our life becomes uncrazy.
as soon as our podcast is launched and people actually start listening to it,
Yes.
so then we can monetize.
Well, and
Because we're poor. And we get some ads, like some people that want to sponsor us.
for sure, we got this.
Then we'll be...
It takes time.
It does take time, guys. So, tell your mamas, your daddies, your aunties, your uncles. I mean, if they're into that kind of
And,
stuff.
if there's somebody at work that you think they just are a Karen and they need to learn some stuff, have them listen to us.
Right?
Maybe not this one because they'll know. But,
Be like, hey, you should listen to episodes 1 through 9.
But not
But
10.
not 10. But yeah, grounding is really helpful, especially, in the moment, but it's very helpful if you do it other times when you're not super, erratic kind of situation or chaotic.
Like your situation right now.
Like I'm so jittery, everyone. I don't know why, but I got a sudden spike of just energy and I'm just like, ready to go.
So what are some health benefits?
Excuse me. Some health benefits. Improves your mood immediately.
It does.
As soon as you start thinking about that calming breath or, calming down and really grounding, it gets you over your anger or whatever because you're focusing on other things. So
Right.
you don't
So
have
it-
that energy to
right.
be angry or anxious or whatever because you are literally focusing on other things.
And speaking of that, before we go any further, I forgot to mention I learned another technique. So
Tell me.
in a class that I took, she takes her right hand and puts it on her head,
Mm-hmm.
but the fingers kind of have to be
Mm-hmm.
spread out on your head, and you just take some deep breaths. The pressure of it being on your head just kind of helps ground you. This is the only time you guys will hear Nicole being quiet.
Oh, that was
apparently.
actually very nice.
It is.
That was very nice. I like
It
that.
was. And, like, it makes you feel calm and supportive in a weird way.
Yeah, it's like,
Like-
somebody's like holding your hand
Yes.
or
But,
I like cuddling you.
yes, like, it's just, I really like it. I know it kind of looks kind of crazy when you have your hand on your head, but
I mean, there's other things you can do, like hug a tree. I mean, that seems a little more wild, on the wild side. Or, you know, do weird things like roll around in grass. Like,
yeah, I
like,
mean, I guess
like there are
could
other
be-
things you could do to ground that would be more weird.
And if, like, people are making
If you
fun
do
of
hug trees or roll around in the grass, live your best life. I'm just saying.
you do you. You know, like, we're not here to judge.
Exactly. We were grounding and we threw bird seeds out in front of your shop, and I'm sure the town of Grove was like,
What
who are
the
these
fuck?
people running around with no shoes on throwing bird seed in the grass?
Probably. But
Yeah.
that's okay. It was fun.
Yeah. So listen, be weird. Stay weird, people.
So, other health benefits. Let's see. Improved blood flow, circulation.
Yeah, improved immune system functions. So that's always
a plus.
a plus. Yeah.
Reduce so basically muscle soreness from, like, working out.
Yeah. So like a cool down
Yes.
is what they call it.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't do that. But yeah.
No, because we're dead. We're like,
I can't breathe. But yeah, like the cool down process while you're cooling
I've
down.
never understood, how do they expect us to cool down for 2 minutes after I'm almost dead?
Right?
Like, I don't understand it.
You want us to go hard in the paint, and then you want me to cool down with more exercise?
Yeah, no.
I'm
out.
I can't. I'll breathe. I'll breathe right there on the couch, right there on my floor. But yeah, like it will, like during that, 2-minute cool down, like after, just that deep breath
Mm-hmm.
and out, kind of like feeling, or even the feeling one, like checking
Right.
in with yourself. That's what it's called, like a
Right.
body scan.
Right.
But afterwards, so you can, okay, well, how do I feel? How do I, what am I feeling like? How my head feels? Did I go too much on my legs, or did I lift too
Can
much on
I
my
stand
arm?
up?
Can I use my legs ever again?
It helps reduce pain.
Which is a big one.
Yes.
Like sometimes you're just in pain. It improves sleep quality, which it makes it, have deeper and more like restorative in it, like sleep. So like because when we're sleeping, we're restoring our body.
Our cells and
Yeah,
everything.
and so like it's supposed to help you like hit that point where you're actually feeling better and like restoring all that
And I
you
do
lost.
try, because, okay, you know how, like, I've been practicing meditation and everything.
Mhm.
But before I do the meditation, because I'm doing it before I go to bed, because
Okay,
that's
yeah.
my most quiet time.
Mhm.
So I ground before it. So, like, I have been sleeping better. So
That's good.
food for thought.
Boost metabolic rate. Metabolic rate. Oh my god. I don't know what that means.
Just basically how everything breaks down and
Okay.
helps, and it's just like how it basically breaks down everything in your body.
Well, that's also I'm also doing. Maybe I need a ground, and also I've been intermittent fasting. So I've only been eating to my eating window, because I often feel better when I'm not eating super late and like falling asleep, after I ate everything,
Right.
And so I've been intermittent fasting, and I feel like the grounding might help too,
I think it
before
will.
and after
For sure.
eating.
So, back to my favorite part. Crystals.
Mm.
That will help you guys with your grounding.
Yes.
So, Nicole's favorite, red jasper, has a strong spiritual grounding energy. It calms and harmonizes the body and soul.
Which, they need to work together.
Yes.
They need to be in harmony. Sorry, that was me yawning because I'm about to start crashing. I'm just I peaked and now I've crashed. Bloodstone is so pretty.
It's very beautiful.
It strengthens the root chakra and helps purify the aura. So,
I love it.
like we learned a few weeks ago, it can purify your aura. When you're needing to do an aura cleanse, you could always have
Get
that
some
bloodstone with you. Or maybe a bloodstone bracelet if you're doing a lot of energy work. Next.
Hematite balances the mind and body, stabilizes and aligns systems.
That is the one that is magnetic, right?
It can be.
It can be.
Yes.
So not all hematite is magnetic.
Correct.
Okay. That's weird. I never knew a stone could sometimes be magnetic.
Well, yes. Okay, so the kind that isn't magnetic will never be magnetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
So there are two different types of hematite.
Yes.
Okay. There's also smoky quartz. It's a great stabilizing stone, and this will help bring centering energies. It neutralizes negative vibrations too.
Ooh, I like that.
I do too. I never really go for Never really go smart cards. Words are hard.
Angie has an accent.
And I have an accent. Smoky quartz I never really go for that as my negative vibration neutralizer.
Right.
I never think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty too.
It is pretty.
But
It's
a lot
very
of people
smoky.
don't go for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
But I also feel like a lot of people don't know about it.
True.
Like, I like that I've just figured that out, because now I'm going to suggest that because it neutralizes negative vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps you, center and stabilize.
Right.
Which is really good.
Moss agate.
Moss agate. Is moss agate?
Agate.
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 Oh my god, I can't with her.
Agate.
Anyways. It helps your connection to Mother Earth. It brings peace, balance, and patience. I need some recording with Nicole.
I love moss agate. It's so darn pretty.
It is very pretty.
I love agates in general because
And
there's
they're
so
all-
many.
And they're so unique. Like,
Yes.
you could have, like, the same type, but it's, like, crazy
It's
different.
very spread out.
Yeah.
It's a spectrum of very different swirls and,
Mhm.
the flower agates and the mosses and all the colors are so pretty too.
They are.
Black tourmaline is what I use to protect my house.
I do too.
Swear by it. The stone aligns the energy in the centers of the body, provides a connection to Mother Earth. I don't personally use black tourmaline as body protection.
Mm-hmm.
I use more of obsidian for body protection. I use black tourmaline for house protection. More of maybe centering my house and people inside of it rather than centering my body.
Right.
Kind of trying to protect the house. Kind of have a bubble over the house.
Right.
So
Gotta have the bubble.
gotta have the bubble. And I'm pretty sure my black tourmaline helped with protecting from the smoke. I mean the fire.
The fire. I think so too.
Yeah, because literally nothing was hurt in my house. Nothing was burnt. Nothing.
How did you guys know that it was next door was like burning up?
They knocked on the door
Really?
and told us. And then we were like, oh, gotta get our stuff and our animals.
Right.
We got out.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was wild. So I 100% swear by black tourmaline. Like, love that stuff. There's also some things that you can do specifically for centering that maybe you do, but you don't know. So in yoga, they like to have you do a body scan. So this is very much a checking in with your body. So you start with deep breaths, and then you move from, you can do either way, but bottom of your feet to top of your head, or top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And just, what I usually do is I'll tense up, and then I'll like release it, and then I'll tense up and then release it.
Like
so,
different parts.
Yeah, different parts. So like I'll do my, my head. You can't tense up your head, but like
I was over here trying to figure it out.
the thought process of like tensing up my head. Okay, now I'm gonna release it. Then my shoulders, and then I'm gonna release them. Then my, arms, and then I'm gonna release it. Like, but you need to do. I recommend body scans laying down.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like
Better,
you can do it better when you're laying down. But you can do it sitting up or standing. Standing's kind of hard if you're going to do the tense and let go.
I've never done a body scan.
You've never done a body scan?
I have not. I need to.
You don't watch movies. You don't do body scans. I don't know who you are. Who is this lady?
Oh my gosh.
Get her out of here. I'm at her house, y'all. Yeah, kicks her out of her own house.
You're stuck with me.
And like just visualizing all of that, just releasing that tense, because we hold a lot of it in our shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Especially people who work on computers, or people who have kids, picking them up and down. It's a lot in your shoulders, and people naturally carry the tenseness in their shoulders.
Right.
Just very wound up. We're very wound up. We need to calm down. Our
That's
society,
where I feel it all
Yes.
the time. It's like my shoulders in the middle of my back.
like my shoulders are always like, I have to remember to relax them. Like they don't naturally just relax.
I'm trying to.
But then your postures. Like,
I know.
It's like when you relax them, you're like, oh, okay, I'm a hunchback. But then you're like, but I don't need to be. I need to like pull my shoulders back and relax them. So
But
that
then
I feel
you
like
almost feel weird doing it.
yeah, like I feel like my neck is so long. What else?
Let's see. You've already talked about the visualize. Once you're done, draw your attention to the center of gravity. So, like, if you can pull to a point in your body after you're done to help.
Where is that point? Where's the center of gravity in your body?
2 inches below your navel.
So, like, right there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, beam. I think of it's just like a beam where everything's like, oh, that point.
Right.
Now I am calm.
And then as you imagine that,
Mm-hmm.
you want to continue to breathe deeply and imagine the energy flowing to your center and being released.
Oh, so it's like a beam out.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just like letting all that stress and
Yes.
everything go out.
And
okay.
then the last little thing on there, it says you can pair it with, if you're like a person that likes to say things instead of just imagining, you can say, I release all that does not serve me.
Oh,
Yep.
I have used that saying in general when I am like in a situation that like I don't know who like I can trust, or things like that. You
Right.
don't know what type of energy people are giving, if they're
Right.
giving good energy or bad energy. Just like I release all those things that don't serve me at this time, or all those people who are not here for serving me for the good,
Right.
rather than trying to serve me bad. So you can use that in a lot of areas, not just this, but that's a good saying. I release all that does not serve me. That's a really good one.
It's a good
I like
saying.
it. So grounding should always be something that you decide on doing and how you want to do it. It's very much a personal thing. It's not a cookie cutter. You can imagine a light going down from your feet. You can imagine red string. You can imagine being plugged in.
Mm-hmm. Tree roots.
Tree roots. There's so many ways. Whatever you want to imagine,
Mm-hmm.
and that's whatever works for you kind of situation.
I was just gonna say, a lady, I think it was on TikTok, because usually everything comes from TikTok.
TikTok, if you want to sponsor us.
Somebody was like laying in bed.
Uh-huh.
They imagined like the roots going through their bed into the floor, into the ground. So even though you're in the house, they were actually using that in a sense of earthing, because the outside part. So
that's a good one.
because then you can sleep while being attached to the earth.
Oh, that's good.
That
dude.
is a good one.
I would have never thought of that.
I'd probably like wake up at 1 in the morning.
Right? I can't. I have sleep paralysis because I imagined the tree was going through my body.
That
Oh
would
my
be our
god!
luck.
And then you wake up and you can't move. How do I release this tree? It's really stuck in there, guys. Also, grounding. It said water when we talked about water. I just remembered this. You can ground in the shower.
Yeah.
Because that's running water. So you can always imagine, you connecting to that water and, whatever you're releasing that does not serve you, it can go down the drain.
Yep.
To where it needs to where it goes to be purified and used to be better water. So definitely, like, you can do other options. You don't have to just be stuck with one particular thing at all.
Right. It's not just your way's not right, my way's not right. It's
Exactly.
whatever you feel is
And
right.
if somebody tells you that, like,
They're wrong.
they're wrong and their opinion is trash. You have a shirt that says that.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, because you don't have to do it their way. It's not their way or the highway.
Right.
Because you live your own best life. So that's all we got for today.
Yes. We'll see you. What's next?
What it takes to get started on this path. Some might call it a witchy path. Some might call it a spiritual path. Some might call it becoming a practitioner. But,
Whatever it takes to get started
exactly.
on their path.
On your path, yeah. Live your best life, bro. Stay safe. And don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Okay? Bye.
Bye.